we're going to be starting a brand new Battletech run with the 3025 extended mod, and with the 35 or 3025 extended mod, we're going to be playing stock mechs only. So, and we're going to be playing it on all the hardest settings. I've already attempted this run twice. We actually managed to beat the campaigns in both the runs, but we kind of screwed ourselves on some of the extremely hard flashpoints. So we're going to go ahead and start it again here. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I am starting with the base mechs and the base Ronin pilots because as I'm playing this, like, a lot of pilots tend to die, I've noticed, because it is very difficult playing stock mechs. So, and I also noticed that a lot of the Ronin pilots don't even show up, so I removed the, what do they call it, the random start mod, so we're going to be starting with the base stuff, but it's basically the mod, though. So, you're going to notice that the game progresses with mechs based on the timeline as we're playing, so new things will show up later on. But yeah, we're going to be playing through the campaign, through all the way until the clan setting, basically. So yeah, we're going to be playing with all the hardest settings here, as you can see. You see that Atlas over on the left? It's now red because we're putting it on the hardest settings. So unequipped and mechs Iron Man mode. Parts for assembly is 8, which makes it very difficult to get mechs. Enemy strength is going to be on hard. Everything on hard. Stingy payments, mech destruction, slow, super slow progressions, all of that. The thing about the stock mechs, when I'm playing with the stock mechs, we're going to be making the mechs based on stock variants because they have the stock loadouts that you can actually click on. So we will do that. Now, there are a few mechs in the game. There's equipment in the game that you can put on mechs, right? Like special equipment. We will be utilizing special equipment only if we can actually fit it. So if a mech has the space for a gyro, we will put a gyro on the mech. Basically, if they have the space for like this in the CT, if it doesn't cost any tonnage. Same thing with what do you call it? Head mods, things like that. Now there is equipment in the game that requires tonnage, like TTSs and arm mods and things like that. Commander? There are some very, very niche scenarios, unfortunately, where you can actually fit those, so we'll probably be selling most of them. The only time you can actually use them is if you get Star League equipment, which usually is going to be on Star League mechs. And that means that you have to find weapons that reduce the tonnage of the weapon. So it's the only way we're ever going to fit arm mods or anything on that. And that doesn't necessarily mean that the mech can actually fit it on the mech either. So that's one of the tough things. But if we can, then awesome. You know, so that's how we're going to be playing it. So we are starting over. Like I said I would start over because we did the Leo flashpoint and we failed twice, unfortunately, which sucks. Normally, we wouldn't fail that fucking bad, but some learning experience because it is very hard to play stock mechs. I need, like, when I do those flashpoints, I need some of the most powerful stock mechs because it's like, and I need to take my time and farm a little bit longer. But yeah, we're gonna do it like that. Now, as far as getting through the campaign, we actually got through the campaign both times pretty easily, which is good, you know. When you're playing through the beginning here, the worlds are going to be actually very, very, very weak. Until you actually finish the campaign, then the worlds become... It's basically the smarter star system for the campaign. The worlds get better or back to normal after the campaign's completed, so a lot of the missions are going to be very light, so you're going to get a lot of medium mech. So the idea here is to build up your second lance, utilize it in the campaigns mostly. So that's something that I've also learned until we can beat the campaign, right? So we're going to be doing that. So we'll focus mostly on trying to get more mechs to drop and more pilots, mostly, in the beginning here, before we go for the assault mechs. We're gonna use the Raju voice for my character. Now, the reason we're doing that is because the onboard AI doesn't work for some reason in the commander mod. It'll give a female voice, so we're gonna use the Raju voice instead. Unless it works, I can test it out here in a little bit. But when I go to actually customize the character, I can always change it, so we can test it out once I get out of that. But yeah, we're gonna be playing it that way. Let me see here. All right. I'll let the cinematics and stuff play as we're going through the campaign, but I am going to be skipping probably quite a bit of dialogue because we've gone through it already a few times. But we'll eventually get a... once we get the actual run going, we'll probably showcase all the flashpoints, basically. And I'll give a short description of what they're talking about. Like, I'll give very quick descriptions with the dialogue, so you guys know what's going on if you're new. When I say short descriptions, it means like, hey, this is what's going on. Like, I'll brief the stuff that they're talking about. All right, we're independent contractors. We've hired you bastards, and there's these bastards over there. We need you to go get them. That's what you're paying us for. All right. They killed hundreds of us. Go get them. All right, the OPFOR is over there. We got to take out turret generators, and then we got to also take out the security tower over there. That is right. Get over there, boys. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing here. I'm not worried about that. All right. I'm gonna sprint up here.
I hear ya. Pedal to the metal. Waiting for order. Going full speed.
What's up, boss? Got it.
We're gonna let them move since we sprinted. So they're going over to the right, which is away from the turrets, so that might be a good thing, actually. Do I just want to punch them or shoot them? I got a better chance to punch him. We're gonna do that. Now keep in mind with this mod, the mechs do damage based off of their size. It's not based off of and that also depends on if they have what did they call it? Arms and hands. If they don't have arms and hands, they do 10 less damage than normal. That's good hits. We already took him out that quick.
I copy.
Very nice.
Solid connection on that one. I've got your back.
Yeah, so far so good. If I do that, it can probably see me. Actually, they can see these mechs, can't they? Or no? I'm not worried about it. Let's just get our position over here. I'm gonna just sprint.
Copy that.
Or I guess guard instead of sprint. I should have sprinted. Sprinted would have been better. Sprinting would have been better. So we're taking too much damage. I don't want to lose my arm already.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, definitely don't want to do that. Losing an arm is bad. I was hoping I'd hit his leg, but we didn't. It might give me back shots though, right there,
Got my attention.
which would be good.
Copy that.
I was hoping to do more damage to that. I need to kill that before I get nailed again. There we go.
Target destroyed. What's up, boss?
Alright. Thing did a pretty good run. Maybe I should punch it again. Let's see.
Roger.
Yeah, so if it's a 50-ton mech, it does 50 damage. If it's a 55-ton mech, it does 55 damage. Kind of like that. 60 tons, 60 damage. So it's based on tonnage. It's the same as in tabletop. In tabletop, it's a little different. It's like 50 tons is 10 damage. 55 is 11 damage. 60 is 12 damage. Kind of like that, if that makes sense. That's how to utilize the numbers, and you'll notice that they utilize the numbers very similar here. Technically, and there's multiplier by 5 in this game compared to the actual like tabletop. So, for example, medium lasers in tabletop are 5 damage, but the damage here is 25, right? So everything is a modifier of times 5 in this game. So you will notice that.
Ready for orders.
Alright, let's see if we can just take him out. Kick at him.
What can I do for you?
Now the pilots do get scared, and they will eject sometimes. I like that because it's kind of like more realistic, where they might just kind of like get out of there and eject. It also saves your pilot sometimes, so I do like that. It can be a pain in the ass though, kind of like that flashpoint we did, where we failed it, right? The other day on stream. We would have won it had my Orion not ejected so early, but that's what it is, right? I think I like the idea of having a normal start with the normal rodent pilots, though.
Waiting for
Because I've never seen them pop up at all.
got it.
And so I think that they just don't show up, especially after playing 2,000-something days worth of the game. You would think I would have seen one. So at least this way it guarantees that they show up. Alright. Can I jump up and shoot something? Yes, right here. Here we go. Good hits. Good hits. All in the center torsos. Very good hits.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Okay.
Good to go. Orders?
Let's shoot the tank. Not enough damage on the tank. Now, what I don't like is that because I don't have the evasion ability yet, I can only get up to 4 evasion on this spider. And I'd prefer to have maximum evasion because then I won't die that easily. We can easily take internal damage, though. Ah, if only you hit that left side instead. Alright, I'm gonna shut down and shoot him. Try to do more damage. It'll be fine. I think I could take a hit. As long as it doesn't hit the arm. That's all. Of course it hits the fucking arm, right? Obviously. As long as it doesn't hit the arm. It's the arm. It hits the fucking arm.
Great job, Commander. Double back to our client's platform. The sooner we can collect our pay and break orbit, the better.
So far, this is going good. It's very minimal damage outside of that. What do you call it?
Putting my weight into it.
Bro, really?
Didn't hit.
You gonna miss that?
Orders?
I hear ya. Coordinates received. Yes, Commander. Got it.
Oh, milkshake. What's up?
Vehicle down.
Some early Battletech. Yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit before StarCraft.
Time to climb. I copy.
Confirmed. Affirmative.
On my way.
Location confirmed. Moving out.
Good job. Thanks for mopping up those guys. Got the job done. Well, you see these platforms, we're gonna need your battle mechs because we need to defend ourselves. You're gonna have to reconsider that. Oh yeah? Well, we got our turrets locked on your ass. Well, there goes our goddamn payday. Yep. Like I said, I'll keep it brief with what they're saying. see here. If I'm lucky, I can take that out. If I can get behind him and smack the tank. I can't get a really good shot here behind him. That's the problem. Here we go. This is safer. Making a big move like that. Nice. Good job, Decker.
One more for the trash heap. Got my attention.
Blow up the turrets.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Yeah, and this mod, very similar to tabletop. If you stand still, you get better modifiers. If you're closer based on your weapon ranges, you get better modifiers, that kind of thing. So you will notice that. So sitting in trees with mechs, standing still shooting is a pretty good tactic. If you have like assault mechs, things like that. Walking is good.
Aye, aye.
There we go. All right. Right.
Mission successful.
Double whammy. Yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit. StarCraft's been frustrating with the way they've been balancing it. It's the 6th year in a row that they nerf Terran again. And then they do an 8-worker start. And Protest starts with Chrono Boost. I just don't understand the logic behind what they're doing. Like, Protoss economy was already a problem, but now Zerg and Protoss economy are worse. You're fighting like 20% more units, which doesn't feel good. Protoss starts with Chrono Boost, and Zerg gets Inject Boost, and Terran got nothing. And it takes a while to get a barracks and an orbital command. And it takes a while for... Well, technically it takes a while for Zerg to get a spawning pool and then Queens out, but because of the Inject boost, or sorry, the larva production boost, they're fine. It's Terran that's suffering, which sucks, you know? It just hurts my brain when the math is just makes no sense, and you have these players balancing the game instead of actually like professional game testers. You know what I mean? They think that they know what they're doing. They don't. And it's a legacy of the Void economy with an 8-worker start, which it's going to be 8 mineral base, or sorry, it's going to be more mineral based builds, which means more spamming tier 1, because if you get gas too early, you're going to be hurting really bad in StarCraft, right? And the thing is, the reason Zerg's doing so well is, 1, the economy boost to their larva, and then 2, most Zerg builds are mineral based builds. Queens and Lings in the early stage of the game, which super amplifies it because this is Legacy of the Void with 8-worker start. This is not Heart of the Swarm economy. Heart of the Swarm economy is actually 40% slower production on everything. So then it actually works out pretty good for the gases, right? Because you could do a gas build if it's Heart of the Swarm economy. But, you know, I can spout this stuff, but these guys are going to think that they're always right. And I saw a post by Loco being like, oh, everybody's angry, but There are a lot of views on YouTube. They just think about money and short-term shorting. It's almost like crypto markets and stock market and stuff. It's like these higher lows, you know what I mean? Going down and down in viewership. And they're like, we get to short it. We got an update. If they actually thought long-term, because like with me and crypto, I'm long-term. I keep DCAing a little bit here and there, and I ratio trade, right? And I'm looking at the long-term, the future. These guys are so short-minded and short-term, you know, which sucks. It sucks really bad, actually, when I think about it, because it hurts StarCraft. I know that there's an influx of viewers right now because new patch, but it's gonna, you know, I think it's gonna be worse. It's gonna bottom harder, or it's gonna double bottom, one or the other. You know, when it comes to the viewer count, it's just stupid. This is what happens, man. You know, I was thinking about it too, because I was on VVV Gaming a long time ago. Back when, in the MLG days, when it was like the golden age of StarCraft. And back then, VVV Gaming contracted me to produce content, but I was also back then a very lazy person that didn't make content. I didn't really get it until later, like I do now. You know what I mean? Because I was young. I was young 20s. I didn't have the work ethic, you know. And I look back at it and it's like, I know all of those influencers are being back paid by and probably share their revenue with all the people that make the same thumbnails. And the Frost Giant guys are behind it because they have the money. And so they kind of control the scene. So it does make me think, you know, that information was given out, not like given out, but you could tell, you know, when Harstem did his interview and how he did a call. He said he did a private call with Tim Morton, and I was like, oh, now I understand what's going on. I understand how the network works. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's unfortunate. I feel like they're just milking StarCraft, and it's just being shorted. Same thing in markets is what it feels like, and I don't like it. They're doing it for YouTube views. They should be keeping a community together and listening to the community, because if they do that, it will grow. It will go up. Things can go up. It may not go up to all-time highs again, but it will go up if they just think like that. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of charts do that. They bottom out, and then you get conviction. They may never reach all-time highs, but they still go up. You know what I mean? It's just, I wish they would think like that. Because look at Brood War. Brood War did that. Brood War did that, which is surprising. You know what I mean? Brood War surpassed StarCraft 2, which is crazy to me. It shouldn't. That should never be the case. But you know, it's whatever. That's why I'm playing some Battletech right now. But we will play StarCraft in a few hours, though. In a couple or a few hours. I'm gonna get through like a couple missions here, and then have like a dinner, and then do the StarCrafts. You know what I mean? But word of advice: if you are playing this patch, it is a mineral-based patch, mathematically. So a lot of your builds in the very beginning need to be heavy minerals, or you're just going to die, because the economy of Legacy of the Void is 40% plus. So you're going to find that going like Zergling rushes, Marine rushes, going very little gas, Hellion openers, Hellion builds. That's why I was going Battletech the other day, is a lot better, you know. It's a lot better to do that because of the... I hope they realize what they did, and it's not good for strategy. It's good for spamming tier 1. You know what I mean? And people are not going to like that. All right, let's get to it. I've been sitting back. All right, so we have a financial situation. Yeah, I didn't take command of this outfit for these arguments. Of course not, but we needed a commander, and we chose you. All right, so we got to figure out this debt problem. So we're in the middle of nowhere. What do we do now? Best case scenario, how many jobs will take a repay of loans? Can't even say any. All right. Well, it looks like we're kind of screwed with these banks, huh? Okay, so we're in a bad spot. What are we going to do about it? Well, we got to take up some legitimate contracts, get that mercenary board up. All right, so we're going to get our MRB up, huh? Well, I guess we'll have to see what there is. No guts, no galaxy, right? Yep. You know, the no guts, no galaxy thing is actually a term that's used a lot in the community of Battletech, and I'm surprised they put it in the game. Well, maybe not surprised, but it's interesting that they put it in the game here. Alright. So because of the banks, jump ship crews, we have an arrangement. Okay. Alright, so we can still jump, though, but we can't go too far because they've got us on a leash, huh? Alright, it's only a matter of time. I've taken a few certified jobs. They asked me to leave my system. Oh. Hear that? He has experience. Alright, let's get digging on some contracts. See what the review board has for us. Alright. Let's take a look at the hiring hall real quick. Maybe we'll get a pilot. Nope. No pilots. Let's take a look at some of the stuff on this world, because we might have some weapons that we can put on our mechs. AC-5s. I have a Shadowhawk. I can put one on my Shadowhawk. We'll buy that. We'll buy an Inferno ammo, because we might use it. We'll buy a half-ton of ammo, too, just because we might use it later on. There's a really good Locust that utilizes half a ton of ammo. Not very many mechs utilize it, though, but that particular mech does. And we might get one. Alright. I think that's it. We didn't really get anything good, except for an autocannon. Alright, so we'll put that on our Blackjack, then, or our Shadowhawk, then. Okay. We'll put this fancy autocannon with accuracy on, which means it'll hit better. Okay. And like I said, we're playing stock mechs, so that's all we're doing. If we find stuff, we will do the stuffs. Smugglers. Let's see. This will be versus FWL. See, this is the hard part. I don't know if I should do salvage or not, but we'll fly. Pick that one. Going to the nearest world. You here for both? Awesome. Glad you like it. Yeah, I'm very old school when it comes to games and stuff, and you're going to notice
That work order you submitted is complete.
a lot of the games that I like are kind of games we grew up with, but they are newer games, if that makes sense. So if you played MechWarrior, you know that this is part of the MechWarrior stuff, except you're commanding multiple units instead of you in a cockpit, right? So we do plan to get up to where they have clans and Timberwolves and things like that, but it's kind of going to be a long journey to get to that point with the timeline. Like I said, we'll play the campaign, play flashpoints, we'll try to go through it all. Drag out the time to progress the timeline when there are no flashpoints to get to those flashpoints, things like that. We just got to keep our C-bills up. Alright, let's not jump in yet. Ooh, we do have a pilot here, but we can't pick him up because we don't have our MRB rating high enough. Can't utilize arm mods on most mechs because it can't fit. And there's not really anything we can get here yet. Okay. Let's launch this. It's a small mission, so if I took all the big mechs, it probably won't let me, will it? Yeah. So there's a tonnage limit. That means when you do get your extra lances going, there is a tonnage limit on those too. Which kind of keeps the game, what do you call it? It keeps it... not imbalanced. Makes it challenging. Let's put it that way. Trying to look at tonnages here. I can't do any other tonnages really. I do this. Nope. I could do this. We'll give the Locust pilot some experience here. And we'll take the Shadowhawk. Yeah, let's do this. I think she had the Vindicator, right? Yep. And he has not fought yet. Okay, we'll do this. Put the lady over there to work in the red light district. Mr. Buckwild knows how to get buck wild.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, so this is just a random mission, so let's get that going. Destroy the base. Ah, it's one of those. They better not have turrets, man. They do have turrets. Damn, really? Turrets are tough early on, so hopefully they're weak turrets. I don't think I've ever played this mission before, have I? I've never seen this map before. This is a new map. Yeah, I've actually never played this mission before. Oh god, that's a lot of turrets. Okay, so he doesn't have the range. That turret doesn't have the range. What about this turret? Yeah, it has an AC. Let's shoot that one.
Enemy structure is weakening.
RuFF, how you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, Alex makes good content. Appreciate him. Alright. Our Locust is going to sit back. Because he doesn't have the range. Try to use the range here to take those out. See if we can take out that long-range turret. It's not really long range, but it's got an autocannon on it, so... And we don't want to get in range of the other ones. There we go. What are we fighting? A wasp. I missed him with walking. Gotta be careful still with the locust though. But I definitely don't want it to stand still either. That thing has a large laser also.
What's up, boss?
Picking a fight with the wrong dude, man. Little 20-ton mech ain't gonna do shit. Where's your friends at? You don't have any friends?
Got it.
Target destroyed.
There's only one defender? Really? Guess so.
Good to go. I read you, Commander. Moving out. Got it. Standing by.
I should have done money for this one. Since there's only one mech, not going to be much salvageable. Yeah, these beginning missions are always low, basically. So what I already hit? I hit this one over here. Yeah.
Waiting for orders. On my way. I hear ya. Don't need to tell me twice. Delivery. Let's get this done first. Waiting for orders. Good to go. One message. Orders. Fire. Waiting on you, Commander.
Good shot, Commander. Enemy structure down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Method inbound, Commander. I'll meet you at the LZ.
Easy missions. Got another one. Versus pirates, though. It's not that great. I don't like the idea of fighting versus pirates and hurting the pirate reputation. At least not early in the game. So they can yield you some good stuff. I think you have to take it though, because this is the world you have to initiate the contract on. Alright, that's fine.
Command interface initiated.
On my way.
Come on.
I've got eyes on the target.
I'm moving.
Uh-huh.
On my way.
This is the one where they go quick. So
Talk to me.
that's going to be tough because my mechs are kind of slow.
Waiting on you, Commander. Sprinting.
Good to go.
I can kill that thing in one hit if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky. Nope.
That's a miss.
Look how much health those things have. God. It'd be a pain in the ass to kill.
Standing by. Waiting for my opening. Aye, aye.
Come on, man. I'm gonna fail this mission. There's a really good chance I'm gonna fail this mission.
Receiving you.
Good to go. I read you, Commander. Moving out. Bye-bye.
Yes, Commander. Firing all weapons.
Primary
Like I said, I'm gonna fail this. They have too much health and they're too fast. And he shuts down on a 12%. Really?
Waiting for orders.
Boy, oh boy.
Heading out. That was sloppy. Barely a scratch. Yes, Commander. Got my attention.
Convoy's escaping. Yeah, no shit.
Internal structure damage.
These are the type of missions that are very difficult. The convoy missions in this mod. Because when they use actual health on the stuff, yeah, it's very difficult to pretty much hit anything. And then they have a bunch of health too. Have to get lucky. I'm not killing the tanks in the back because if I do, then they win. The spider's getting fucked up because of it. Yeah. I might just lose here and have to start over again. Because of such a bad mission. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh boy. Let's see. The right side. This side. I have to get lucky. I have to hit the right side.
Primary
Okay.
target is damaged, Commander. Keep it up.
Okay, we might have a chance. A very small one. After a very bad, easy shutdown on the neck.
Unscrew my defenses.
Yeah, I might not be able to,
Fall in behind me. To help. Vehicle down. Damage is
I
minor.
can't kill that, can I? Nope. Sure can't. For a half-star mission, this is actually pretty tough. Just the specific loadouts of the tanks and mechs.
Ready for orders.
If I stand still, I'm gonna get wrecked. I can't stand still.
Affirmative. Copy that.
Hitting the wrong stuff.
Bastard breached my armor. Orders.
Yeah, the enemy's smart enough to get on the sides too, which makes that tough as well. I'm gonna get my back. That mech, I still have back armor.
Waiting for orders.
Damned armor's busted.
Yeah, I'd love to kill that tank, but I'm gonna lose if I can't kill the tank.
Good to go. Move order received.
And he hit the wrong side, man. Could have hit 2 of the 3 spots and he hit the wrong one,
I hear ya.
which sucks.
Coordinates received.
Spellsable, what's up, man? Thank you for resubbing. Appreciate you.
Like we can't hold it. Oh, you're in trouble now. I'm down a weapon. Orders?
Talk about an insanely terrible start.
Regain stance, Commander.
Yeah, this is really bad.
Locked on for physical attack. Reporting. One less vehicle. Reporting. Critical hit.
Waiting for orders. On my way.
She has split shot. Let me see here.
Got it.
And we fucking missed it.
Fry an egg in here.
Ready to run. Commander. Standing by.
Did it just give me another turn? I might have a chance then. Kinda surprised by that. Alright, left side. Come on, don't fucking miss. And I missed one of the shots. So maybe I won't have a chance.
That shot was critical.
What can I do for you?
Got my attention.
So left side and rear side. Come on, can he hit the... Nope.
Affirmative.
And he fucking missed, obviously.
Damn it all.
Waiting on you, Commander. Moving out.
Alright. And we missed again. Okay. Okay. Well, there you have it.
I may need some more time in the simulator. My heat's getting pretty high. Running too hot. Gotta set down.
I'm actually surprised it's not ending. Something's up. Maybe I'm just getting lucky. Maybe the other tank behind me? No, it's not the other tank.
Good to go.
Usually it would end the mission. That's weird.
Confirmed.
And we still fucking miss. Yeah, this little shit's gonna kill my blackjack if that keeps up. I still fucking can't kill it.
I hear ya. This is gonna be good.
Leopard inbound, Commander. I'll meet you.
Maybe it was just being nice to me, because it's in the beginning.
Popped up.
That's a bit weird.
Commander. On it. That's a miss.
This guy's like, fuck the SRMs, I'm just gonna keep kicking you. I guess I should be thankful, right?
You betcha. Another hit like that and
Got my
Normally they're smarter than that, but he so desperately wants to kick me.
That's a clean miss. On. Need to cool down. Armor breach. Internal damage. Got it. Targeting for an alpha strike. Negative damage.
waiting for orders. Got it.
Come on. Come on. Fucking kill it.
Yeah, critical hit.
Orders.
Jesus.
I'm too damn high. Orders. Locking in all weapons.
Man, that was a pain in the ass.
Mission successful.
Probably cost more to fix my mechs than when I made that mission. Alright, we got ourselves a contract. Who's the client? Canopians. Looks like our luck finally changed. Isn't that true? Wonder what they're offering. I'm a mercenary. Rich is good. I like rich. Well, they definitely want to shower us with sea bills. Okay. This looks sketchy as hell, but let's go check it out, I guess. Right. Yeah, my mech's got screwed pretty hard. I do have some AC2s for backup, so that's good. 17 days. I forget it takes forever to fix these mechs.
I'll let you know when
5 days. Okay. Looks like our blackjack won't be usable when we fly. Wait, isn't the contract here? Let me see. Or am I wrong? Oh yeah, it is. It just didn't pop up. Alright. Well, Miss Canopian of the royal family, what's up? Alright. I need your services and I can pay down your sizable loan. Really now. So what are we going to be recovering? This, a giant ship. I need you to recover that giant ship for me. It's on a pirate moon in the heart of the frontier. Cannibalized ship. So it's a busted up ship. Find a jump ship waiting for you. Yeah, pirates don't scare me. We're gonna take out those pirates. Got yourself some mercenaries. Let's go. Alright. Still haven't unlocked any pilots because our stuff is too low. Alright, so now we're going to do this battle. Oh, my blackjack can be ready. It takes 18 days to get there. But then my spider won't be ready. I think I'd rather have the blackjack. We still have a locust anyways. Alright, so we're gonna switch these. Have the blackjack ready for the fight. Continue broadcast. Okay. I tell you when new mechs and all that good stuff pops up. Decker is messing around and come on, man. All right. We'll increase the moral because that'll give me more called shot. Because now I'm at steady, whereas before we weren't. So we'll do that. Kinda have to, anyways. Alright. And we're going to do the extravagant. Because that's going to give us an even better called shot, which is spirited. It's good to do this in the beginning of the game. Later on it becomes a little too expensive, but in the very beginning it's worth it. Alright. Let's visit the store first. See what they got. Cockpit mods, and comm systems. Let's take them.
New equipment available.
Take what we can early on.
New equipment available.
Inferno ammo. Oh yeah. Do I have any mechs with I have a Shadowhawk that can do 2 heat. That's about it. Nothing else. Shadowhawk could put infernos on it. No other mech can. Look at Hiring Hall. Who's in here? No pilots. Alright. Let's do this mission then. Flashpoint mission. Start. Alright. We're at the pirate point. No complaints. Pay attention. Bandit Queen called the Grim Sybil. Ooh, that's supposed to be scary. Yeah, what kind of light battle mech activity we got? We've got turrets and shit too, apparently. Alright. They've got it. Let's keep going. After we've secured the site, we'll pick up the Ergo. Alright. Miraculous to get a 200-year-old wreck flying again. Alright, let's see if we can get that thing going. Guess we'll find out. Heard 'em good hunting. Good hunting. My pilot's still out? Fuck, man. Okay. Okay. Maybe I'll drop without my pilot then, but I need the spider.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Okay, well, no blackjack then. Yeah, my pilot took an injury. Let's go through this again. Damn, that would be way better. But oh well. Yeah, we're kind of going undertunned a little bit here.
Command interface.
It'll be
initiated.
fine. We can do it. Got the defense turrets. You're gonna want to take out the generators. All right.
High reading, Commander. Moving out.
Aye, aye.
Holding action, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
No one else singing this. Wake up, you idiots. We've got company.
Driving giant battle mechs. We can't fight again.
Any more objections? Good. Get out there and fight.
Orders. Ordnance received.
Messing with the big guns. That sucks.
What's up, boss? On it. Locked on for physical attack.
There we go.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle good to go. Location confirmed. Engage. Roger that.
Nice. He hit that one spot the Locust hit, so that's why I was able to kill it.
I copy. What can I do for you? Uh-huh.
He'd kill it. Could have sworn he'd kill it. The machine gun should have tapped that one spot with 1 health. There we go.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
I hear ya. Here we go. My heat's getting pretty high. Affirmative.
I still get the monthly bill. You really don't like Canopians. Sabaka. It's funny.
Waiting for orders. Moving out. Pretty hot in here, Commander. Location confirmed.
I forget how good the starter mechs are on these missions. They don't get hot compared to most other mechs
Try an egg in here.
Moving to position.
because they have heat sinks and
Aye, aye.
Acknowledge.
a lot of ballistics.
Copy that.
Uh-huh.
Moving out.
On my way. Moving out.
Alright, people, you know what to do. Marines, clear the ship of pirates.
Always a pleasure, Dr. Bond.
Seems like it's off for some reason.
Ready for orders.
Waiting on you, Commander. Moving to position.
Jenner hasn't moved yet. We're gonna shoot him.
On it.
Nice. Very good hits.
Standing by. On my way. Putting my weight into it.
I thought that was the back. Guess I messed that up.
Good to go. On my way. One more for the trash heap.
Barely hit.
Yep.
It's not the best move compared to the spider, though. Let's see. Right side.
Roger. Fucking all critical hit, Commander.
Waiting for orders. Got it. Got it. And now. Reporting.
Dr. Moran, the pirates have Alpha Squad pinned down in the Argo's main hallway. Bravo Squad is holding the door to engineering, but you better hurry up.
Sergeant? Talk to me.
Affirmative.
What's going on, Metal? How you doing, buddy?
Light damage, Commander.
Waiting for orders. All weapons are go.
Waiting on you, Commander. You betcha. This is gonna be good. Systems recycling for another. Ready for orders. On my way. For physical attack. Inflicted.
Dr. Murad, what's happening in there? Come in, Doctor.
A little busy. The pirates are dead. So are half of my engineers. It's an unholy mess in here. Bodies everywhere.
Can you get the ship flying again? I need an update.
Look, do you want me to talk or do you want me to fix the damn ship? You do your job, I'll do mine.
Solid connection on them.
I hear ya,
I can't get behind him.
Commander.
How about here? Just barely can't.
Roger.
Yeah, punch it up.
Target's taking a critical hit. What can I do for ya?
Oh, it died. Okay. That's nice.
Got it.
Guess I get a turn to cool down.
Location confirmed.
Nobody steals from me. Good luck, you scrubs. Sending some big mechs at me.
Minimal damage on that. What's up, boss?
Waiting for orders.
Coordinates received. Special delivery.
Damn, we missed that.
Nice try. Standing by.
Oh, focus the Shadowhawk in the front.
Got it.
We'll shoot the
Giving
other mech in the back.
Ready for orders.
If we can actually hit the back, that is.
Orders. Here it comes. Good to go. Heading out. On it.
Okay, good.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Hitting the heat thing is pretty important to not get wrecked.
Move into position. Firing on rear arm.
Nice, we hit it again. CT.
Waiting for orders.
That's good.
I hear ya. Orders. Roger that. Affirmative. Think I hit something good.
I might be able to salvage
What can I do for ya?
a lot of parts of that mech if I could just tap the CT again. Use Mr. Decker to do that.
Got it. Ugh!
Yeah, punch it in the face. There we go. Yeah, that mech's super hot now because I hit its engine. Alright, come on. One CT shot. One CT shot. Let's go, Mr. Decker.
No,
Nice.
this moon is mine. You can't.
I wasn't expecting it to be that easy. That's good. Now the thing is, though, it's very hard to find quick draws, though. Nice, that missed. Awesome.
Standing by.
Now I can get behind this guy, too.
Good to go.
How about that?
Take this. Yes, Commander. Up high. Let's see.
Commander,
very careful with my moves here. Little mechs can get nailed pretty hard if I don't make at least decent movements.
Waiting for orders.
Still missing.
When I shoot you, you'll take it and orders.
Literally standing still. Stop missing, please.
Take that.
I can't take much more of this. Receiving. Commander? Orders. On my way. Engage target. Scored a critical hit. Ready for orders. On it. Giving him everything I've got. Negative damage.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Oh, I can get shots here.
Taking the high road.
Not the best shots, but I can.
Got it. My heat's getting pretty high.
Can barely shoot him because I'm standing on a fucking rock.
Copy that.
Yeah, we didn't even touch the CT. The CT, like, one shot. That's all I need. Damn, man. I could have done this with no damage. Now I took damage.
Yep. Good to go.
I was getting excited there for a minute.
Roger. All weapons are go.
There we go.
Watch my heat level. Shutting down. My heat gate is tagged.
Roger that. On my way.
On my way. Orders? Confirmed.
Alright, there we go. We did it! We got it to move! Alright.
Mission successful.
Not too bad. Yeah, we got some good parts there, two of them at least. Quick Draw's a good mech. It's fast and you can get behind stuff. Especially the other variant. The other one's the best. Yeah, when you're playing on this super hard setting, you want to reduce the damage as much as possible. Because it's hard to fix stuff and it's hard to get mechs. So even when I'm playing really good, I'm like, I don't want to take damage. Well, there you have it, Commander. Well, look at that. Nice to see you again. So what's been going on? Well, we're taking the ship to Lyriton. Okay. It's nice to see that you're alive. We thought you died. She did die. She was just on a different ship. The Directorate's full of lies. They're sending assassins throughout the frontier. Okay. You know what that's like, being in exile. Star League exile. Cough, cough, cough. We've been hiding out somewhere on this Zeralath world. Some random typical frontier world, huh? Okay, you made it off. You found me. Let's talk about why. I intend to seek justice. And I need your help. So she's been funding you, huh? Utilizing the RimWorld periphery. Getting TC and FS to fight each other. My battle with the Directorate's personal. Alright. This company is a business, not a charity. Expect no less from mercenaries. You help me, I help you. Feeling quite generous now, huh? Deal, let's make the old man proud. Alright.
That mech you wanted is back online.
Got ourselves a Centurion. That's nice. Let's take a look here. Alright. Let's organize my mechs. I do not have an AC-10. I do have an LRM. I do have medium lasers. You can at least do that. Does this world have AC-10s on it? No, it does not. There's AC-10 ammo. I'm going to pick it up.
New equipment available.
Just in case I don't have any. Let me double check and see here. Okay, so I do have some. I had enough. I didn't need to buy anymore. Is there contracts on this world? Nosy Neighbor one. This is a good one for salvage. We'll do that one. Salvage battle. Damn. Hold on a second. Let's, the Vindicator. Let's stop work on it. You're gonna pilot it. So we can do that battle. There we go. If I'm lucky, there will be a medium mech that I can try to salvage. If I'm unlucky, it'll be 4 light mechs. But this particular mission is a single lance, so it's an easy mission, technically. After this mission, grab something to eat, and then we'll start StarCraft in about an hour, 9 p.m.-ish, probably around there.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, let's knock this out. Kick their ass.
Location confirmed.
Provided I don't lose my stuff already.
Confirmed. Coordinates received.
Moving out. On my way.
Heading out.
It looks like, oh. We're fighting a lot of medium mechs, it looks like. Okay, that might be tough.
Order
Looks like it's 3 medium mechs.
on the move.
Or is it? I don't know. Is there another mech back there? There is.
Waiting
Well, they all have the 3 spawn, it looks like, so I'm a little concerned about that.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
And they are pretty decent on their armor, too.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So I gotta be careful with that. Okay, it is a light mech.
What can I do for you? Time to fly. Here we go.
Minimal damage on that hit. Waiting for orders.
Javelin's a good mech. I'd love to salvage that thing. Good little mech, especially in the beginning.
Standing by. I copy. Critical hit.
Damn. Nailed me with a lot of shots there.
Ready for
Good
orders.
thing I was in trees.
I hear ya. Moving out. Gotcha.
At least the game's balanced. It is, even though the RNG can be a pain in the ass.
Commander.
There are going to be times where RNGesus ignores your skills.
What's up, boss?
But it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen.
Coordinates received.
Yeah, the imbalance in the economy is not good for Terran.
Ready for orders.
I mentioned that with them starting with Chrono Boost and then they buffed the Zerg's larva. I'm amazed that they would ignore Terran. That's weird. Like,
Damn.
I brought it up that the Chrono Boost is an issue. And you would think that they would, like,
Light damage. Holding
not change the larva. And then they would kind of, like, nerf the Chrono Boost to either 25 energy to start with or 0 energy, right? 25 energy, they're still ahead by a single probe. But they're ahead by 4 or 5 probes. That's the problem with them starting with 50. So they buff the Zerg. So they do the opposite, right? I suggested Protoss start with less energy. keep Zerg as is, keep Terran as is, if they're going to do something stupid like this with this 8-worker start. But instead, they kept Protoss as is. They buffed the Larva for Zerg and did nothing for Terran. No sense at all. It makes no sense why they would do that. That is why, like, it's either self-sabotage to the game or
Good to go.
they're extremely incompetent, one or the other. I was mentioning that. It's pretty bad. That's the case. It makes no sense.
Yes, Commander. Moving out. Copy that.
Yes, Commander.
Oh yeah, they can.
Acknowledged.
Because the larva produces so fast, they're getting drones faster. So you're right. They sure can.
I read you, Commander. Moving out. Another hit like that and you're toast.
Good thing Shadowhawks have decent back armor.
Waiting for orders.
It's a pretty big move right there.
Jumping. Copy that. Reporting critical hit. Standing by.
Waiting for orders. Up high.
It's so stupid, yeah. Yeah, it is. I agree.
Target's taking a critical hit.
But the influencers are happy. They're making money with ad revenue. They actually do make a lot with ad revenue. They make like anywhere between $50 to $100 per video. They don't really like care about the community or like building trust or donations or anything like that. Big corporate kind of moves. I was talking about that, the shorting of the community. I wasn't too much of a fan of that.
Location confirmed. All weapons are go.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm fighting back now. I only started doing it last year. For the longest time, I just did my own thing on stream. But then, enough was enough. Enough is enough.
Confirmed.
I'm like that old guy at the Costco with the $1.50 hot dog. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Don't change the price.
Commander.
Stop changing the game.
don't need to tell me twice. Got it. When I shoot you, you'll take it and like it.
Scored a critical hit.
They all hate Terran. All of them do. Well, what do you expect? They always lost to Terrans in major tournaments, so they're imbalancing the game for themselves. I truly believe that. And I think that there is a stronger motivator behind it because I was saying this, right? They've been around a while. They're not stupid. Okay, I keep saying that they are, but they're actually not stupid. That's the thing.
Move into position.
They know the community doesn't want it. They know it's imbalanced, but they still push it out anyways. They're not dumb. And I'm trying. That's the hardest part, is figuring out why they would be doing that. You know, obviously it produces content, right? Which gives them ad revenue on YouTubes and stuff. But see, like with me, my YouTube channel's too small. When I produce videos, I get maybe $2 to $3, because I get about 1,000.5 views when I make the video. So I don't make a lot, but if you multiply what they get like 10 times that many views, 10 to 30 times that views. So when I'm making like 1,500 views, which is about, you know, like $2-3, they have 15K views, anywhere between 15K to 50K views. So multiply that by that multiplier, right? They're making like $50 or so. You can see it on Social Blade when they're making these easy videos. So they're making about definitely over $100 or so a day, but they do live in a not in the USA. So actually they probably live really good when I think about it. Yeah, because they're out of the States and the US dollar goes further out there. But they don't have, I know for a fact they are probably under contract. And a good chunk of their channels goes to, in my opinion, I believe it's like Frost Giant and stuff, Tim Morton and them, because Hearthstone leaked that information out, that he private calls with them and stuff. So I do think it's kind of like a team-based thing, and they actually own what's left of the StarCraft 2 community. That is what I'm thinking, and so it is business-based. I don't think that their channels are built on them alone. I think it's built on they have project management, basically. Here's what you got to do. You make this video, you got to uphold this video every single day. You got to do it's like a job for them, like a normal job, whereas like with me, I can do whatever I want, right? It's a little bit different. I have to be disciplined myself when I'm making my stuff. So I am heavily under that influence because I was on VVV Gaming a long time ago, and they did something very similar. Like I said, I think I mentioned this earlier. I was just lazy, you know what I mean? But they were contracting me to go to like MLGs and compete and do those things, and they're trying to get me to build a YouTube channel as well, and trying to get me to go in that direction also. So I know it's a thing, because I had someone approach me in the past doing the same thing, basically. So I know that that's what's going on. And then the whole conspiracy thing with like a bad game with Stormgate, right? Producing a bad game with very low quality and then millions of dollars going into it. It confuses me a little bit, right? That they would have that much, yet they couldn't produce a good game, so where did the money go? We have to ask ourselves that question. You know, there's no way that these expensive voice actors and stuff cost that much to do a few lines in a video game. You know what I mean? And I do know that they splurged a bunch of money on alpha tournaments back then. So it's weird, you know? And there was a lot of hammering against StarCraft during that time, during that COVID time. Like, a lot of hammering against StarCraft, a lot of the balance patches being bad. And now, all of a sudden, this game failed. They now have VC investors investing in a new game from Frost Giant. And then all of a sudden, they release a god-awful patch. They ignore the entire community, right? In StarCraft. It's just weird. It's weird. Okay? It's strange to me. So, are they trying to kill StarCraft to promote the new game that's going to come? You know, that's the hard thing, because Brood War was left untouched. And because Brood War was left untouched, it rose up and it was still successful. And it's still successful to this day. Like, especially in Korea, right? You see Tasteless and Artosis doing ASL. I watch ASL. You know what I mean? But with StarCraft 2, if you change the game so much that everybody's going to start hating it, that's worse than if you just left the game alone and that community stayed and what's left of the community still sticks around and builds off of that. But instead, if they make it worse, they're actually making people not want to play. That's the problem, you know? And so is that the idea? Is that what they want? I'm always asking myself all these questions. I'm trying to figure it out. What I do know, 100%, Hearthstone helps balance the game, along with the other influencers. 100% they left receipts online, showing that in suggestion videos, and that Blizzard all of a sudden releases a patch and they say that it's Blizzard when it was their suggestions. 100% have that. I know that for a fact. I know for a fact 100% that the intern is bullshit. It's not a real thing. I know that for a fact, right? It's obvious because I would not have been able to predict the patch perfectly. And I predicted that patch perfectly, guys. Why? Because of pattern recognition. Because I noticed that it's the same people, right? The same people that balance the game. That's the issue that I have here. But what is... So we know all of that's going on. We know that there's a lie going on in the StarCraft 2 community. They're lying about the intern balancing the game to save their necks by shifting blame elsewhere. This is why I call them Wokies, by the way, because they don't take self-accountability for themselves. And Wokies are very good at that. They like to point the finger elsewhere and have special identities. And then, you know, the whole Stormgate thing, the second dev group of StarCraft are the Stormgate, or are the Frost Giant guys. The second dev group. The first dev group was David Kim, right? Second dev group was Tim Morton with the Frost Giant guys. We know that Hearthstone does private calls with them, right? So they know that they're ignoring the StarCraft community and getting people upset and angry. Why? Why would they do that? So I came up with a few different theories, right? So here's the problem. When you have money, money is power. Okay, this just goes throughout history. Money is power. If you have a bunch of money and you raise a bunch of money from the community, and you control the money flow, and you control the network of influencers, you could destroy the thing, or you could build it, or you can plant the seed of a replacement. By them, so there's a few different things I've come up with. They're either planting the seed with David Kim and Tim Morton, because maybe they'll come in as the grand messiah of fixing the game and coming out with a StarCraft 3. That could happen. That's like a positive scenario that they're trying to psyop it in a very negative way, but I don't think that that's the case, because you wouldn't want to destroy the community by doing that. Doesn't make sense. The other option, though, is they're doing it on purpose because they want to sell their next game, and they think that people will buy their next game if they thrash the community as it being a better game than StarCraft, trying to topple the king of RTS, basically. That's dumb, though, because those people that stop, they're not going to play your new game. They're just going to play other games that they enjoyed. That's the thing. Right? They would have to sell it really hard and perfectly, and I don't think they can pull that off because they couldn't do it with Stormgate. What's the other thing, though? What other options? So there's those two options: planting the seed for StarCraft 3 by using negative press. Trying to sell their new game, whatever the hell that is. But I think that'll backfire by hurting the StarCraft community to do that. Obviously, it gives a dopamine hit. Or is it just traction for YouTube to get a bunch of money so people check out the videos, and then they revert it, and then they make adjustments, and then more people check out the videos because there's activity, or more activity? Then they would have to do that real soon, within a month. And then they can do something where there's someone who's a downfall, like Omni Skeptic or whatever. They're going to be like, Omni Skeptic, he did such a bad job. Now we have someone who's associated or is David Kim or is the Frost Giant guys who were the previous developers. Now they're going to take over instead of this Omni Skeptic kid. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, right? I'm thinking of so many different scenarios, but those are like the most likely scenarios that I come up with. That specific scenario, though, would be a crazy fucking psyop that would actually bring traction to the game, though. That particular one. But then they would have to revert. They would have to do it at that point, and if they don't do it, it's going to continue to fail. That's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. It's almost like a bottom of a crypto market or a stock market bottom, and then they ramp it up in a way like that. That would make them money, actually, if that happened. You know, instead of doing this shorting bullshit that they're doing with ad revenue and views. See, that's the hard part I'm figuring out. But if I were a mastermind and I was masterminding this shit, I would do that. I would do that. Because that would actually work. Imagine they come out with a StarCraft 2 Reforged or something. That is possible. Right? They're doing it with all these other games. You know what? That might be it. That might be it. So, Baldur's Gate, or sorry, not Baldur's Gate. I just recently saw on my X feed that Guild Wars was reforged or whatever. I used to play the shit out of Guild Wars. So I was surprised when I saw it. I'm like, oh, the original. So they deviated from Guild Wars 2, and then they started super promoting the original one recently. And I think that they're doing that with a lot of games. StarCraft 2, that might happen with StarCraft 2. They're making it so bad right now that they're then going to promote it and be like, buy the reforged version of StarCraft 2. The old school fun one, the MLG days one. You know what I mean? And they're milking it dry right now, and then they're going to milk it some more later because that's going to bring traction in. I can see that happening. That is possible. That's probably what they're going to do whenever like the markets actually go up. If I were a mastermind, I would do that. I would do that. That's what I would do. And then they'll be like, we're getting rid of the intern, the fake person. That's not real, okay? That's still the Balance Council. It's a very slimy way of marketing that works. I'm just letting you know. If they do that, I'll be very surprised. I would do that if I were them. Especially if I'm being a slime ball with the way I've been promoting things and doing things. Well, I'm gonna stop here with the Battletech guys. Let me see here. I got caught off tangent talking about this instead of actually playing. Let me see here. I did want to go get something to eat real quick, though. That's the thing. Let me figure out where I'm going first. I don't like to leave the game hanging when I haven't figured out where I want to go in the game. Okay. So I know that this world has Comstar. I'm going to fly to that world right behind me first.
Calculating course now, Commander.
We're going to do that. They would need Microsoft money big time or something. I don't know if Microsoft's involved with that, but I could be wrong. Maybe they are.
That work order you submitted?
Maybe Stormgate was a prototype to test utilizing AI. I think of it that way too. Because you gotta understand, even though I call these people dumb, they're not dumb. They know what they're doing. Even if they're doing things in a bad way, they know what they're doing. It's the same thing how they market, what do you call it? Do things in marketing, like with crypto. They do the same shit. They do slime ball kind of stuff like that to get people to quit and sell at losses. It's interesting how the game's played. And we are going to have a big boom and a shock because the timeline is saying we are. I just don't know when. Sometime this year it's going to happen. This summer or the end of the year. It's going to happen. And that'll be the first wave of good times again. But the problem is that the wave is going to be quick and ferocious. According to historical charts and stuff. It'll be quick and ferocious. And that's probably when they're going to market it. At least that's what I think. If it were me, I would do that. It sucks because I only started learning about this stuff 3 to 4 years ago. And that was when things just kept going down. You know what I mean? So it's not easy. I gotta keep grinding. I gotta keep working. I gotta keep streaming. I gotta keep doing my thing. I'm no rich dude. I'm hoping one day I'll be in a better spot, though. But I know all this information is just the time frame of learning all this information was in the downtrend. Cross my fingers I can pull this shit off in the future.
You know where to find it.
I've been so good with my analytics, though, in figuring out all this stuff. Titan attack. That's a good one. This is assault mechs. We're gonna go here.
Roger that, Commander.
We'll pick up that other pilot, too. It's rare to get assault mechs, but the Titan attack one is like almost guaranteed. We want to do that one. I like how the ship's spinning. I don't think I've ever seen the ship spin around and stuff like that. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
New mech warriors available.
Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. I'll have him probably pilot the Centurion when he gets to fighting. So far, the Centurion's undertunned, though, as it doesn't have an autocannon. Is there an autocannon on this world? No, there is not. Of course there is not. Right. I'm going to pick up some of these weapons, though.
New weapon systems available.
You want these early on. Anything
New
that's going to
weapon
help.
systems available.
Alright. Okay, let me stop there. So bear with me, guys. I will... How come I can't exit out? Oh, it was already saving the game for me after buying. That's interesting. I'll be back in like 30 minutes. I'm going to take a break, and then we'll boot up StarCraft. Alright?